pleased that the concerns of veterans are being raised. And I agree with that. Our vets need to be the priority. But the Liberal Party methods of warping the cause, I mean, that's what I find repugnant, because they've got no cred on this. And it truly is a joke when you consider the abysmal Liberal track record on their support for the military. I mean, 15 years, folks, of budget cuts and neglect, sending our troops into a shooting war in Afghanistan and forest camo jeeps. That's the Liberal legacy of support for our troops. For more, we turn to Edmonton Sun columnist Lorne Gunter. Lorne, am I missing anything here?
No. No, you're not. I mean, I was when I initially heard about this, I thought, well, you know, I'm not quite sure what the problem is here. But then when I realized that what these signs were directing people to, these campaign signs that looked like Veterans Remembrance Day signs, were directing people to a site to donate to the Liberal campaign, it's outrageous. I mean, I've been covering veterans organizations and Remembrance Day celebrations and things for almost 25 years, and I know how hard most veterans organizations work to keep politics away from their cause. They may advocate in front of legislatures. They may go to Parliament and say that, you know, we need more rights for veterans. We need more benefits. Those are issues that they raise. You know, the Poppy Fund, every once in a while, run by the Legions, will go to a municipal council and ask for, you know, a special place for veterans to go in town for them to get counseling, or they'll go to they'll send petitions to the federal parliament and ask for more benefits because there are veterans who are poor and living well below the poverty line. I mean, they will do things like that, but they try to keep away from active partisan politics. And this is a ruse. This is a partisan political fake, is what it is. It looks like a veterans campaign, but it directs you until, as you said in the introduction, until Sun News made us think about this, directed people solely to a Liberal Party donation site. It is appalling.
Now, Justin Trudeau yesterday said there was nothing wrong with it, said there was nothing to apologize for. I know that Justin doesn't have his dad's gun rack, if you will, of knowledge, and one of the things missing in his rack is a law degree. What the Liberals are doing is not even legal according to Elections Canada. If it was, they wouldn't have juiced up that website today with the statement that, according to Elections Canada, they can't be doing what they were doing. And so they've actually created a link now to a veterans organization in very, very small font, and now in very, very large font, a link to their own office for donations.
Yeah, and, you know, don't give Pierre Trudeau too much credit, and I'm sure you don't. I mean, Pierre Trudeau, you remember, was in charge of the unification of our armed forces. We got rid of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, so we just had Canadian forces under Pierre Trudeau. He cut back dramatically on the military. He was a flower child of the highest order, and he didn't have a great deal of respect for our institutions either. This little acorn, Justin, hasn't fallen far from the daddy tree.
No, Lorne, I wasn't referencing his attitude, Pierre Trudeau's disdainful attitude toward the military. I was just saying that Pierre Trudeau had some understanding of the law and might, before making the kind of stupid statement Justin made yesterday, might say, wait a second, this idea of truth in advertising, telling people that this is a veterans organization, oh, no, we're raising money for a political organization. The lawyer in him might have been able to figure out that wasn't a smart idea, so he might not have offered the soundbite to us that Justin did.
Well, I mean, you could see how sophomoric all of this was on Trudeau's part, Justin Trudeau's part, when, you know, he sneered that this was simply a creation of Sun News, and that fawning little group behind him all cheered and applauded. Oh, yes, oh, it's just bad Sun News. This should appall anybody. I mean, this was an attempt by a political party to gain financially on the backs of Remembrance Day and our veterans. And they may raise a very valid point. You know, there may be a need for Ottawa to review veterans' benefits, and it may well be that the Harper government is dragging its feet on that. That's not a bad issue to raise in a by-election when you're running against a Conservative candidate who's defending this government's record. But to have parted this all up like it was a Remembrance Day celebration to get money for the Liberal Party is appalling to me.
I always look at the body language, and Justin's body language, where he was most focused and most proud of himself, was when he laid down the predictable Harper bash and then the bash against Sun Yu. So the idea that Justin's all about veterans or the Liberals are all about veterans, no, this is politics. Lorne Gunter, thank you so much. I want to bring you back. You mentioned Acorn. I want to bring you back on an Acorn story later in our show tonight. Thank you very much for this conversation.
Looking forward to it.
Lorne Gunter is with the Edmonton Sun.